Good morning, boys and girls. We're going to read a Bible story about Noah and his family. Let's see how God helped Noah. Noah was God's friend, and Noah made God happy. And Noah tried to do just what God told him. Now, Noah had 3 boys, and their names were Shem and Ham and Japheth. God said, Noah, make a big houseboat. Water is coming. Water will cover up everything, and you will be safe on the boat. And Noah did what God told him. God said, make rooms in the boat. And Noah made rooms. And God said, make a window in the boat. And Noah made a window. And God said, make a door in the boat. And Noah made a door. God said, put something to eat on the boat. And Noah did what God told him. And God said, put animals on the boat. And Noah did what God told him. Into the houseboat went Mr. and Mrs. Cat, Mr. and Mrs. Horse, Mr. and Mrs. Dog, Mr. and Mrs. Pig, Mr. and Mrs. Grasshopper, Mr. and Mrs. Woolly Worm, Mr. and Mrs. Duck, and more animals too. And then God said, now you and your family get on the boat. So Mr. Noah and Mrs. Noah got on the boat. Mr. and Mrs. Shem got on the boat. Mr. and Mrs. Ham got on the boat. And Mr. and Mrs. Japheth got on the boat. And then God shut the door. After a while, down came the rain. Drip, drip, drip. And after a while, up came the water. Splash, splash, splash. And soon water ran over the streets. Water ran over the houses. Water ran over the little hills. And water ran over the big hills. Now the houseboat was floating, but Noah was safe inside. His family was safe inside, and the animals were safe inside. Noah's family had something to eat. They gave the animals something to eat. Then they waited. They waited till the water went away. They waited till God said, it's time to get off the boat. Noah did what God told him. Mr. and Mrs. Noah got off the boat. Mr. and Mrs. Shem got off the boat. And Mr. and Mrs. Ham got off the boat. And Mr. and Mrs. Japheth got off the boat. And all the animals got off the boat, and they walked and ran and crawled and hopped. And God said, don't worry, the water won't come back. The water won't cover up the world anymore. And it never has. And God made a rainbow to show Noah that every time he sees the rainbow, to remember God's promise that he will never flood the whole earth again.